So in this video, we have a circle which has equation x squared plus y squared equals 10, and a line y equals 3x that intersects the circle at A and B. Find the coordinates of A and B. Okay, so this equation of the circle x squared plus y squared equals 10, it is centred at the origin, it has radius root 10, square root 10. And so in order to work out where the line intersects the circle, intersections between two graphs are always solved by simultaneous equations. So the way that you do this is you substitute the equation of the line into the equation of the circle and solve the resulting equation. Okay, so the techniques in order to do this we haven't really done much of up to this point in the playlist, but solving equations and simultaneous equations are things that will be coming up. So it might be an idea if you are not very good yet and rusty at solving equations, solving quadratic equations and things like that, then you might want to wait until you've watched that section of the playlist. Okay, let's crack on anyway. We're going to substitute y equals 3x into x squared plus y squared equals 10. What that means is that the y becomes the 3x. So we're going to get x squared. So x squared is there, that stays as it is, plus y squared. Now the y is being replaced with 3x. So you're going to put the 3x into a bracket, saying that we're going to substitute all of that in, and that's being squared. And we've got equals 10. So I've just replaced the y with 3x. I've popped a bracket around it to make sure that I know I'm squaring the 3. So we have x squared plus. Now, we need to expand the bracket out. So we've got 3 squared. So 3 squared is 9. And then we have x squared. So you need to square both the 3 and the x. Equals 10. X squared plus 9x squared is 10x squared, and that's equal to 10. Now, there are different ways that you could employ solving this quadratic, but I think the easiest way is just to divide through by 10 first of all. So x squared is equal to 1, dividing both sides by 10. And now we can square root both sides, but remember, when you square root both sides here, x could be plus or minus the result of the square root of the right hand side. So x is going to be plus or minus the square root of 1, which is 1. Okay? And, you know, if you think about it this way, 1 squared is 1, minus 1 times minus 1, so minus 1 all squared is also 1. So x is equal to plus or minus 1. That means we have the x coordinates of the 2 points. A, because it's to the left of the y-axis, must have x coordinate minus 1. B must have x coordinate positive 1, because it's to the right of the y-axis. So now how do you work out the y coordinates? 2 ways of doing that. Either you substitute the x coordinates into the equation of the circle and solve that. But it's often easier to substitute the x values into the other equation, y equals 3x in this case. So when x is 1, y will be equal to 3 times 1. So 3. So when x is 1, y is 3. So b has coordinates 1, 3. When x is equal to negative 1, y will be equal to 3 lots of negative 1, which is negative 3. So when x is minus 1, y is negative 3. So a has coordinates minus 1, minus 3. And so we now have the coordinates of the 2 points as required.